Hey guys, so this week's video is going to be a little bit different. I was invited to be a guest on Certified Wrench Podcast, so I drove up there yesterday. He doesn't live too far from here. I sat with those guys, Colton and Joe. They let me bring my camera gear along, and I was able to record a bunch of stuff, which is pretty cool. So I kind of made a little video. It's just a bunch of clips, highlights of the whole thing. So you can listen to him and you can watch his video. I'll link all of his stuff down below. So it's Certified Wrench Podcast. Go check him out. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. Comment.
So how do we know when you're recording?
I'll tell you.
The giant light on
You'll
the wall
see.
turns on and says on air. No,
Whoa.
Light.
we don't have one yet. You got enough flap discs up there? Or what are those, cutoff wheels?
Flap discs.
Where'd you steal those from?
I didn't. I ordered those.
Build them out on a job and put them in your toolbox?
Recording, huh?
Yeah.
What's up, guys? Welcome back. I'm Colton McCormack.
I'm Joe Cashin.
This is the Certified Wrench Podcast. Who's ready for this one? Are you ready?
Ready.
We have finally guilt-tripped this person into coming on to the podcast after how many months now? Probably 2 months? 2 months? 3 months?
Maybe 3.
We've got the guy with two first names, Steve Jason, also known as my work wife.
But first, we got to set some ground rules here. Oh. You can't talk about my seat placement in a service truck.
I wish the logo on our service trucks wasn't in that, because I want to share that so bad.
Just blot it out.
Yeah, we'll have
Put
to
a blur on there.
take a picture of it or something and blur that out.
Yes.
Worked there. He did some sketchy things that kind of scared me, so I left. It was one of the first times I ever just quit a job without having anywhere to go, just because I was honestly that scared. Like, one of the times he's getting a pallet off of like like those racks at Home Depot, like they have all the pallets and stuff on them.
Mm-hmm.
So he had a pallet up real high and there was a light, and I was like, hey, watch the light. And he like backs up and like shatters the light and the glass goes all over me. They never really explained why they fired me, but basically we would come in every Saturday and like service the trucks. And I brought up to he wasn't the boss, he was like the dispatcher. He only owned like, I think 5 or 6% of that company. But I was like, can I just stay late? It's like, you're going to pay me 4 hours overtime anyway if I come in on Saturday for an hour. Can I just like stay late on like a Tuesday and a Wednesday or something and do it? That way I don't have to come in Saturday. And they didn't really like that idea, so I went to the owner and asked him, and he's like, yeah, it's a great idea. Well, I guess that pissed off the dispatcher, and somehow they worked up a story, got me fired, which was kind of messed up too, because it was like 2 weeks after I got married, and like 2 weeks before Christmas they fired me.
Yeah, that's kind of jacked up.
Yeah, and my dad even was like, they could have waited to the beginning of the year, like they could have waited like 3 weeks. It's not like it was that big of a deal.
That's that goes to show how petty and just some people in this industry are just, you get their feelings hurt and they go after you.
So
like,
they wanted me to do like brakes and clutches and stuff, which was fine. I mean, I didn't care. It was easy. I thought it was easy. All those guys hated that shit, but it was like this is.
and then they
easy.
screw up everything they touch. No.
Well, I mean, there was a few guys that were pretty bad there, but a lot of them were actually pretty good. Like, I didn't think coming out of UTI you'd know very much.
Was that Peterbilt a flat rate dealer or no?
No. So they did we were paid hourly, but you got a bonus for flat. If you met your flat rate, you got a bonus basically.
Right.
Everything got pretty good. I mean, the guy that I worked with directly was like, what do they call it? Like a lead man. I remember I was working on a extendable stick on a backhoe.
You can call it extend a hoe.
Yeah, extend a hoe. Cat calls it something different, I think.
I'm just kidding.
Like it's extendable dipper stick or whatever. But I was doing the cylinder, and he's like, "That's kind of advanced for you." I was like, "Oh, okay." I just kind of ignored him, and I got it done. And he's like, "Wow, actually, I didn't think you'd be able to do that." So that got good, and they started giving me better stuff. And
So he hit up your boy over here and was like,
worst mistake ever.
like, I need a job. Who be hiring? I'm like, you came to the right place, my boy. I'm just kidding.
Well, so I was working at the cat dealer in Hawaii, and all the guys were following. Are we allowed to say his name? Caterpillar Wrenching on Instagram.
Oh yeah, Quentin, that's my dog.
So they were all following him. So I started following him, and he actually works at the same dealer that I worked at in California, and I was just talking to him, and he posted something about you, like your podcast. And it's like, what the hell is this? And I started listening. I was like, actually, that's kind of good. This is like the early days, like.
Oh, poor sound quality.
Yeah, this is like when you first started. So it was probably like a month or so, because I think you only had like 2 or 3 episodes up at that point too.
This guy's worse than that popular girl in high school. Jumping on around. He's been around.
Peterbilt, International, Cat, John Deere.
Yep, I worked at Kenworth. I sold parts at Kenworth. That was fun. I actually really liked that job. Like,
How many upset customers came in about their Pack cars? MX.
so I'm probably wrong on this, but it seems to me that in Hawaii there was only like 12 or 13 pack cars at this point. Like, nobody wanted them. Like,
well, when it gets over there, it's like you probably just want the stuff that everybody knows and can keep going.
Yeah, exactly.
Isn't hard to get parts for. So
the cool thing about what was that?
A little close to the microphone there, kid.
So the cool thing though is selling the parts is at least, I don't know if it's still this way, but the PACCAR stuff, like if it was a PACCAR engine part, it was free overnight shipping. Like, which
y'all
is
had a DRDC or a PDC?
It just not in Hawaii. Most of that stuff
Somewhere from like the West Coast, they would ship directly to you.
Yeah, so most of it came out of Seattle.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Brenton.
See how that goes. So you sent me the ad. I had talked to him a little bit, and then I was planning on coming out anyway because there was some other stuff I needed to figure out. So I flew out for like a day. It was really weird. I left on like a Wednesday night, Hawaii, and I got here at like a Thursday afternoon. And then I left like Friday morning and got back in Hawaii like Friday morning. So yeah, it was weird. I was here for like 23 hours or whatever.
You were here for like 48 hours, but it was technically only like 24. Yeah. Tell us.
The story's kind of boring. Oh no, I just didn't want you to see the first part.
How about break time? Because